Time to give my Nisei division deck another shot. I think it has potential, but I need to play test it more to find out whether my mechanisms of winning against the runner can be pulled off reliably. So I start off with a celebrity gift showing my hand of no agendas. This allows me to ice R&D instead of HQ. Yes, call me crazy. I'm not icing HQ against Tenma, who probably has an account siphon somewhere. I think I can bounce back from a siphon, losing only 5 credits. And funny enough, he dirty laundries archives instead of running my hand, which he should have done. A little mistake on his part. So because he brought his Mimic out, I respond with the Inazuma on top of R&D. Again, this leaves my HQ wide open, which is very scary against most criminals, but I'm fine with it because I now have 17 credits and I have a hedge fund to bring me to 21. Getting siphon is a minor setback, as it's about to happen to me right now. So be it. And I actually have means to deal with it because close accounts will just completely host him. So he better shake those tags, otherwise he's going to create a very big scoring window for me without me having to use cerebral cast even. And he did a smart thing. He paid to remove those tags with networking. Now here's the thing. Against Nisei division, you have to clear tags because they are most likely running cerebral casts, which means they have some sort of tag punishment. This is something you can get. This is a message that you can get by simply looking at the ID. You know that they will probably pack some tag punishment, and it is in your best interest to avoid keeping those tags. Alright, so in the meantime, he takes advantage of my vulnerable HQ to score a medical breakthrough. Giving away 2 points is painful, but now it makes all my medical breakthroughs 3-2s, which is quite important when it comes to scoring very quickly those medical breakthroughs after close accounts. After a cerebral close accounts combo, I can throw a medical breakthrough into a remote now and score it next turn, which is pretty important. So he runs my HQ. He knows that there's a future perfect inside. He doesn't hit it. He tries again. This time he doesn't hit it. I'm still quite happy he hasn't hit my Edge of World. Alright, at this point I contemplate doing the combo, but I realize it's pretty useless. Even if I can bring him down to 0 credits, I'm not going to create a scoring window for myself. You know what they say. There's no point playing Scorched Earth on your EMP unless you're going to flatline the runner. Same thing here. There's no point playing the combo unless you are going to create a scoring window for yourself. Alright, I made a mistake here. I played the cerebral cards when I shouldn't have because he didn't make a run last turn. This is very important, remember. It's like a power shutdown or a C-source. So now I'm stuck with all these cards in my hand. 3 close accounts, 2 cerebral cards. I can't use them. So, what a pity. The only thing I can do now is to ice up my servers, and it pains me to do this. It pains me so much, but I find that I have to trash my ambushes and my combo component. No, I'm still keeping cerebral cards and close accounts because I think they'll come in handy. These are the stars on my deck. I need them to land the tag on the runner so that I can create a scoring window for myself. But yes, it pains me to have to throw away all my traps. But he's not going to run through HQ anymore anyway, since I've iced it up, so it should be fine. Now, this is not an ideal play, but given the hand that I was dealt, I have no choice but to install a snowflake as my remote. You don't want a snowflake as a remote because it doesn't end the run unless you win the side game, which can happen, but it's not reliable, and you wouldn't want to score a future perfect behind snowflake. So yes, it's very unideal, but I didn't draw into either of any of my 3 Tobus or the Susanoo no Mikoto, so that's a pity for me. I reshuffle my traps back into my hand. R&D. Had to decide between close accounts and Edge of World. Yeah, tough choice, but I decided Edge of World because I have 2 close accounts already. Alright, so he finally makes a successful run on Archives. And he plays his Hemorrhages, which are a very nice splash in Tenma. and because of that I have to trash one entire combo, and I get my Edge of Will back, but well, it's not much of a help. I install the Edge of Will in the remote to bait him to run it, and let's see if he takes the bait. Regarding his deck, okay, he doesn't take the bait, unfortunately. Now, I find it quite interesting that he plays Hemorrhage. It's a very, very good card. Definitely not to be underestimated, but it just so happened that in this hand, I happen to not draw many agendas, which really worked out for me. With so few agendas, I'm able to throw most of the cards in my hand away with ease. And if you're relying on Hemorrhage to slow down the corp as Tenma, I think he's not doing very well. So, with 3 pieces of ice, I think I'm ready to score. Medical Breakthrough goes through the remote. But he doesn't bite on the remote once again. Instead, he goes for HQ, where there are no agendas at all. I stop him dead cold with an E line and score out my Medical Breakthrough. So that puts us on even footing. Now he inside jobs my hand. Again, I'm not too worried. If he takes the Future Perfect, I can still play a side game. I still have a chance of keeping it with me. I said sometimes that inside jobbing a central server might be a good idea, but in this case, nope. It really seems like a last ditch move. He is really desperate to get a successful run through. Alright, right now I value the Edge of Will more, simply because it goes well with the 3 deep remote that I've set up already. Okay, as I was saying, he's not a match point and he doesn't have multi-access, so inside jobbing on my centrals is a very, very last ditch move that shows how desperate he is and how bad a position he is in. It's definitely not going to pay off. I guess that's the problem with using your influence on Hemorrhages instead of Anarch Breakers. Your efficiency suddenly drops so much that it's just not worth it. Alright, so he tries to contest my remote, which has the Future Perfect. So he is able to get through the Inazuma, and now the Snowflake. I need to succeed this side game, otherwise he's going to steal my agenda, and sure enough I succeed. That was lucky, but this is why I'd rather have Tollbooth guarding my remote. Although in this case I think he would have broken through the Tollbooth, because the only thing he doesn't have is a barrier breaker right now. Alright, so now he's in a very bad position. I'm on match point, and he has no way of getting through my central servers. He's digging furiously for his Fractal. And this is a scoring window I need to capitalize on to win the game. If I draw a 2-pointer, it's going into the remote for sure. Oh, look at it. I just drew my 2-pointer, and turns out it's a 2 advanced 2-pointer. Score, win the game. Yes, this is the very first time that Medical Breakthrough has panned out for me. It is really a luck-based card because you really need to see all 3 Medical Breakthroughs in order for it to be worth it. Having a 2-2 is so strong, and this game just exhibited why. I needed 2 points to win, and it gave me the means to fast advance it from hand for 2 points. So huge. Alright, had I not drawn that Medical Breakthrough, that very lucky Medical Breakthrough, I still had another option to throw the Edge of the World in the remote. Being on match point, he has to contest it, and the moment he does, he's going to find himself in a world of hurt against an Edge of World. He will take 3 brain damage, and his game will become impossibly hard to win because with only a max hand size of 2, he has to worry every single turn about drawing up in order to not get hit by the snare, and my cerebral cast becomes so effective because he cannot take any more brain damage. He has to take the tag, which means I can close accounts and create a scoring window for myself. So this is how my Nisei division deck is supposed to work. Capitalize on scoring windows. It's not a flatline deck by any means. I think any smart runner would take brain damage and have enough exposed effects. These kind of runners will really seriously hamper my deck. But for others who are not prepared for it, they won't be prepared for the fact that I'm able to create my own scoring windows at my whim instead of relying on the player's poor play for scoring windows. So it's a very interesting deck archetype that I think has some potential, especially if it's played by surprise. Thanks for watching. Happy night running.